Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the first video of the new season, Season 4 for 2021. Sorry for taking so long to get this out to you guys. Tried a few races the first night to get something, and every single race ended up badly for a varying reasons. So, needless to say, this season has started off absolutely horribly. Not very good at all. Lost about 150 or so in iRating and about 1.5 in safety rating. It's been pretty bad. So, running a different class, C-class fixed trucks here at Bristol week 1. Gonna try to also show qualifying for all my races now, as a benefit to you guys to see what I'm doing. If I'm actually doing anything right, you can learn from it, as well as you guys can always leave feedback on anything you think I can improve on or do a little bit better. So, gonna show you that. Gonna get ready to jump into. You can see we are 5th out of 21. I believe this is a second split. So just going to try to do the best we can with it and see what we can get. Been having some issues with trying to find the fast way. Feel like sometimes I end up actually overdriving the truck. Sometimes I feel like I don't overdrive the truck. Still not fully comfortable with the complete high line around, so just going to do the best we can. Also been trying to experiment with lifting earlier and just rolling the corners instead of braking, because I know some guys are doing that and it's helping carry a little more momentum. So gonna see if we can execute that here in qualifying and or in the race, and just find that point. So just gonna do the best we can and see what we can get. We actually bumped the walls there, so we're gonna have to make it up on lap 2. So I'll probably run a little bit more conservative just to make sure I get a time in. You can see we just click under 15, so I know I probably could have gotten another half tenth or so out of it. It puts us 7th right now, so not the worst spot. Outside line's definitely going to be dominant. Thing I've learned: tires do wear if you overdrive the truck. I found that out the hard way in the 3rd race and absolutely tanked miserably. So got to be a little bit better about those this race. But you're not going to be making green flag stops to get tires either. You can see pretty tight for a lot of us to qualify. We got about 8 of us that are all within less than a tenth of each other, so that could be interesting. Got a few guys that are, you got the 3 and the 7 down there that didn't qualify as well, that might be moving their way up. 10 looks like he ran a practice lap that was somewhat competitive, so going to bring the steering ratio back up. I was running a 10-to-1 for that. We're going to go to 14-to-1. I'm going to leave the offset and the brake bias the same, though. So let's jump in and get ready to go. Starting on the inside, outside line is definitely going to be dominant. Not sure if we feel like inside line is going to be any better or worse. We're just going to do the best we can. Just want to try to get a clean race in. I know 0x here can be tough to do. But would love to be able to get a clean race, help safety rating, but also finish top half if we can out of the 21 trucks, top 10, just to try to gain something with high rating. Top 5 would obviously be great, get to our truck number, but just want to do whatever we can out of it. So yeah, it's I like to show you guys the reality of how I run and when I have bad races, but literally everything was so bad that it wouldn't have been any good for you guys to see it all. So yeah, hopefully we can finally get a good one in and get you guys something to see. I know it's really late in the week for that. I'm gonna try to make up for it. May do a couple videos over the weekend, more than I normally would, or may just stick to one and run a few less races. We'll kind of see. It's been still tough trying to balance in some iRacing things going on as well, trying to find the time for everything and make the best use of my time, because I also want to show up not having some form of success. So I'm gonna try to find the balance. Well, we got a few minutes before we get rolling too. Shifted the plan slightly for what I planned on racing this season. At a minimum, going to run both the fixed class for the trucks as well as the open setup.
Yeah, temp is 78.
And then
P7.
for sure the ARCA series, D-Class ARCA, those 3 we're going to run. Also going to try to fit in
Follow car number
each week
70.
the rookie MX5 series, and then at times going to put in the Simlight Production Car Challenge and the MX-5s as well. Try to get some road racing experience that way. And then also may fit in some B-Class Xfinity races, both fixed and open, as well as some other short track stuff, whether it be late models or SK mods or whatever. Kind of spread those out throughout the season as I have time or as I like the track combination, whatever. And then originally was planning on running the full season for dirt street stocks. I think I'm just going to fit those in where I can and with the tracks that I have. Dirt racing can be a tough thing for me with single monitor, so I'm kind of trying to ease my way into it instead of going full-blown and causing too many problems. So hopefully it's a good combination for you guys. As always, if there's something else that you run that you want to see or whatever, feel free to leave a comment below for that. I can try to fit that in if possible, if I have it, or if I think it's something I would like to stick with. Same thing, you know, might try to do Formula V or some other stuff. So, but we're gonna get ready to go green here. We are starting inside row 4. You can see pace cars in the middle of 3 and 4. I'm gonna do a second gear start because these seem to be a lot easier to start in second gear and not spin the tires compared to ARCA. So, gonna get ready to go. Watch for the leader to go. He's gonna wait.
Go.
He waits all the way for the green flag. Kind of checks up a little bit, and we get turned right off the bat. That's how this race is gonna go.
Watch out.
Yeah, super frustrating.
We're under caution. Pits are closed.
Super
Pace car is
frustrating.
out. Line up single file behind car number 50. We think man.
Yep, we're gonna be headed to pit road to fix this damage. Super frustrating. Don't see the point in burning a set of tires yet, so we're gonna hold on to those. But yeah, I don't know. We all checked up on the start, and I thought I was staying in line, and somebody piled into the back of us. So we'll evaluate that and see what the hell happened. Probably should have just gone in and taken the penalty for entering a closed pit, but it's no big deal. And now they open, so we'll just roll around, catch up to the back of the pack, and then pull in and try to fix what little bit of damage that we can. I mean, truck's still running at least, so it'll be hurt. This is not going to be a good finish, but yeah, super frustrating. Already kills the Zero Expert, but not really sure what I can do when I get piled into from behind and then have to
miles per hour.
Watch
your speed.
Yeah, we just
150 feet.
Yeah, looks like a lot of trucks were tied up in that, so maybe this would have been time to start in the back and avoid all that. I don't know, but we're gonna try to repair what we can and just see if we can gain any spots at all. Top 10 is gonna feel like that's probably gonna be impossible, so if we just get anything out of it, that'd be great. Looks like it tied up quite a few trucks that were fairly decent, so yeah, we'll go back and check the replay afterwards and just see what happened, but my guess is it's going to be some people that just went and we all checked up, and yeah. So we're just going to hang out long enough that we can stay ahead of the pace car, but try to get some of the damage fixed if at all possible. So we'll look for it when it comes around and get rolling. Probably right when it's about a second and a half or so out, we'll get going. Which should be right about now. So, not really probably all that much damage, but just gonna try to do what we can with it. And yeah, we will probably I don't know. Depending on how many cautions we have, we'll come in and keep taking service if we haven't picked up a ton of spots, or if we picked up a ton of spots, then we'll just stay out and see. I don't know how many trucks are going to be damaged. I don't know how many people are multiple laps down or not, so looks like we're lining up 17th right now, so we'll see what we can do. Just super frustrating. That's literally how this season has started. It's not been fun at all.
Green, 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 let's go.
So everybody's kind of waiting, so we're going to jump to the outside. Hopefully we don't get a black flag for that, but 21 trucks seem really slow. We're just going to get to the outside and try to get whatever we can. Battling with the 8 right now, who's a lap down. So, able to clear him and just see what we can do. Looks like 10 is a little bit slower. We were following behind him in the caution, so yeah.
Fastest lap for Smith.
Just gonna follow along. We've got the 18. Somehow barely avoid that one. I got the right front damage, but somehow avoid that. I committed to the high side, saw him spinning, probably should have gone low first, but decided to commit to the high side, and then they came up at the last minute, so not sure how I avoided that. Glad to have just gotten 0x out of whacking the wall for that. Yeah. Fun times. Fun times. So, do the same thing. We're going to probably come to pit road. I know I gained a couple spots, but I think trying to improve the damage is worth a little bit more. Everybody's just randomly checking up. Hate how they're all doing that when they catch up to the pace car instead of slowing down.
Full course yellow.
So I believe there's only 17 cars on the lead lap. Yeah, so we're going to come into pit and again try to fix as much as we can rather than trying to keep our 2 spots that we gained. So we're going to come in this time. Looks like the 10's got the same idea. 12's going to do the same thing. So we might not lose too many spots, if we even lose any. Depends on how long we want to sit on pit road compared to everybody else.
18,
I know we're going to be
50 feet.
losing time to the pace car, and we won't really get it all fixed, but we're going to try to get what we can. Cautions are not exciting. iPacing is not fun, but I'm okay with a bunch of cautions right now because it means that many more trucks are going to be damaged and/or gives us time to try to get our truck repaired a little bit better, at least possibly have a shot to shoot for top 10. So, yeah, just doing what we can to try to give best shot to that.
100 feet.
You can see we definitely get more damage out of that, although I'm not sure how much of it is problems from before. So we're going to watch to see when the pace car gets close and then we'll pull out. 10 looks like they didn't take very much, so that's fine. Looks like we've got a couple other trucks that might be involved as well. Oh, 1.5, we're going to fire up, get rolling, be behind the 21 again, which is okay. Looks like it's going to drop us back to 16th, I believe. We'll see where it sorts out. If there's anybody else still on pit road, there's a couple trucks, so we'll see where it sorts us out. 15th, so we actually kept the same spot because of the other trucks that were damaged, so not a big deal. And I'm just saving the tires right now. I don't see the reason to replace them when we haven't done any laps and really haven't slid them all that much. I guess I probably could have off of the first wreck, pit stops, but figured I'd keep the set in bags, that way if we keep getting them, eventually around halfway we can change them.
At the end of this lap.
Not sure what the 21 truck's doing, just taking the time. So we're going to catch up on the inside line, get lined back up the way we should be. And yeah, we're going to see what happens. That should at least, 21's truly lining up behind us, so that'll give us another spot, so that'll get us up to 14th, which means we've only got 4 more trucks to try to get by to get to 10th. So still not side shot, and we've got plenty of time. 75 can go quick, but 75 is also still a long way off. So we're still 63 away from that. So
Green flag.
green flag's out. We'll do what we can. 10 seems kind of slow. We're gonna get on by them.
Far well. Clear inside. Feet 14. They got behind us now.
10 got a good run off, so we'll follow in behind them. So up to the high side, we're going to kind of run like a hybrid, high, middle type thing. Just search around and see what the truck does. Also see where we're at pace. So we definitely got some damage that's going to cause issues, so we'll see what we can do.
Inside.
10's definitely a bit slower, so we'll see if we can get by. 9 gets into the wall in front of us, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for that.
Clear inside. Okay,
Definitely tell them about 3/10 off or so. Where I should be, or where I could be. Maybe 2 or so. We'll see how fast this lap is, but truck's definitely hurt for sure. Handling feels a bit tight, so we probably knocked toe around or whatnot, but Looks like we're running 13th right now, so if we don't drive the wheels off too bad, 10's getting a run back on us. We kind of overdrove that, so
Inside.
we're going to do what we can.
Keep it steady.
Just try to get whatever spots out of this we can. If there's more wrecks and we can keep ourselves clean, that might be more we can gain. 10 gets by us pretty easy on the bottom, so we'll just ride in and follow them. Hopefully we don't run into any kind of engine problems. Just kind of keep an eye on the water temps if we can. Doesn't seem like it's too bad. I don't see any smoke out the back either. So just gonna keep running the truck along right now as long as we can. Tired of terrible luck, and I want to get you guys something. So, you know, if this is what it takes, watch out for the wreck that's coming up. We're going to try to go down to the bottom. We managed to get into the back of the 10.
Pace car is out.
Had that happen trying to get her by him, but, you know, feel bad. Just tried to avoid him when he cut down as well, so. Looks like that might have taken out the 10 as well. Not sure. But hopefully that's more trucks that are damaged and will allow us to pick up a couple more spots eventually. Still think coming in is going to be worth it. And I'm thinking about taking tires this time.
Full course yellow. Pits are open.
We'll see. But I feel like we got more damage out of it. We need to fix 9 trucks blinking now, so glad that's happening under caution, but that's going to be fun to deal with. Yeah, I definitely think we got more damage, so we're gonna come in. Let's see how many trucks overall. We've only got 14 of us on the lead lap, so
What's your speed limit in the pits?
looks like a lot of trucks are actually coming
Look out
in.
for the pit speed limit. Box in 1,850 feet.
So we might have been able to gain and stay out, but I think the problem is we were so slow that it would just be like a rolling roadblock if we had tried to stay out for track position. So I think coming in to fix damage is the right move. And again, with only a few trucks on the lead lap behind us, we're not really giving up too much in the way of track position. So it's more about trying to continually repair the truck to be able to outlast
300
anybody
feet.
else that has wrecks, because I think we're still going to see a few more since we're not even a third of the way
100
through the
feet.
race yet. I'll watch out for the pace car when it shows up on the relative. There it is. Again, I know we'll probably drop to the back, but again, I'm fine with paying these penalties and dropping to the back. It doesn't bother me. It's where we were headed anyways, and it still keeps us on the lead lap. Come across the line, we'll check and see how
Pits
many
are open.
trucks are on the lead lap overall. The truck is still definitely beat up. We're in the 13th, so hopefully only a couple more spots, outlast a few more wrecks, and we could possibly get a top 10 out of it, because I know we're faster than the 21. Not sure if the 10 is ahead of us. It's somehow waving us by the 12, which is weird.
We're going green next time by.
Not sure what the 21's doing. Looks like the 10 is now 2 laps down, so that's not a truck we're going to be able to get by. 14 overall in the lead lap. What's up? Yeah. It's going to be fun. 16, I believe, is relatively slow as well. So, and everybody else behind us are lap trucks. Not sure what's going on with this lineup, but we're just gonna go with it till we get the green. 18's
Green flag. We're outside
well up.
clear.
Try to get by the 21 as quickly as we can. 18 probably had to check up for whatever was going on with the restart, so we're just gonna see who's gonna roll faster between him and the 17. I really don't want to go 3 wide. But I really want to try to get by both of them.
Clear to the bottom. Car in front is false.
He comes up, we check on the brakes a little bit to avoid him because I don't need more instant points. We've got a truck that dove down. That was the 6. I think he was losing it off of 2. So, yeah, we might actually be in 10th now. We've actually worked out to 10th, so let's try to keep it here, and we'll see if we can avoid any other wrecks that might happen, because I know we're not going to be there on pace, but if we can keep it clean, keep it off the wall like an idiot, we might be able to still squeak a top 10 out of this. 'Cause unless the 12 or the 6 really makes some massive moves, I think we should be faster than them. Keep an eye, they're about 1 and 1.5 back, so we'll just kind of see what's going on with the Delta. Again, I gotta keep it off the wall like an idiot. I'm just trying to do too much. See, they're gaining a little bit, so we'll have to watch that, but also trying to just work the truck as best as I can. If they happen to get to us, that's fine. 10th was more of a gift than anything. So, getting the wall again like an idiot. I really just have to not do that. Thankfully, it hasn't cost us any incident points, but you can see the 9's diving on the inside of the 3, so we'll keep an eye out there for whatever might happen in case there's contact. 12 and the 6 are definitely catching us, so we'll probably fall back to 12. Let them go when they get to us. Honestly, I'm not going to fight them. They're both quicker, and there's no reason to be taken out at all. We could still have other trucks that are going to take themselves out with how they're racing, so just trying to save tires as best as I can. Oh, there goes the 3 in the wall. We're going to watch out for him coming down. There's one spot we were able to gain that way, and there's the caution. So we still end up in 10th overall out of that. Got a truck up there blinking, pretty bad. Yeah. Let's see what happens. See how this all sorts out. Looks like it's 13 trucks on the lead lap currently. 3 will be the last one. Still thinking about coming to pits again to just try to repair as much damage as I can. Probably going to uncheck fuel. Probably should just be entering a closed pit and taking the penalty. It's probably not any worse than exiting a closed pit, so it would at least get us a little more time, but no big deal. Try to catch up to the pace truck or pace car a little bit.
Of course, yellow. Pits are open.
I did not think, given how it would be, that we'd even be remotely close to the top 10. So hopefully you stuck around this long and at least seen something, because as bad as our truck is, it's going to be survival of the fittest right now to try to get us a little bit more. So looks like a few more trucks are coming into pit road. We're just strictly doing it for the repairs. Whatever seconds of repairs we can get out of it is helpful.
The car behind's pitting.
Yeah, and I'm not really, again, worried about losing those 2 or 3 spots, because I feel like there's enough trucks that I could be faster than to get by, and having that damage let me, be able to outlast if we do get a contact from any wrecks is worth it to me. Rather not have a meatball flag and be completely done, and then be laps down and have no shot at it.
Feet. 100 feet. Okay, Jake. Halfway home. Fuel's good.
See, we're getting there on the damage part. Trying to repair as much of it as I can. I should be able to get a little bit more out of it since we were a little bit closer to the front this time. Just trying to watch pace car as best as I can.
The car in front is pitting.
Gonna get rolling now. We might have even avoided this time, technically having to drop to the rear. Nope, still did. It's okay. Again, it really doesn't change anything where we're at, so I'm okay with it. We've right now got 12 on the lead lap, so I think that's the worst we'll sort out where we end up. looks like we actually moved up to 10th out of all that. So yeah, that's a good thing that way, moving up to maintaining our position. So again, if we can just, you know, outlast some of these wrecks, then we should be able to find a way to possibly, you know, maintain a top 10, if not even improve position a little bit more out of that. So over halfway now. We'll be restarting on 42, so we'll have 34 to go. Gonna have some lap traffic to get around, but I feel like most of them are fairly slow, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem that way. Couple trucks up ahead of us, so we'll see what we do. We've also got the 21 behind us, who I feel like we're faster than, and one other one, the 3, which the 3 may or may not be faster than us. I don't know how much damage he got out of the wall shot that he took, so might be quicker than us. So 12 goes high. We're just gonna follow him right now, try to clear as many of the lap trucks as we can. We've got a couple more to contend with up front before we get to the 2, so I'm not even sure if we'll have anything for the 2. 12 looks like he's got some issues with handling, so we're just gonna kind of watch out and see if he happens to get anybody, because the last thing we would need is to get involved with wrecks with trucks that don't matter and take ourselves out of any sort of a shot at a top 10. So try to get by the 16 as quickly as I can. I'm just going to go down to the bottom to get by him. Looks like the 20s might be struggling up high a little bit, so we'll watch that and see what the 12 does with him. And yeah, just trying to work our way around and manage what we can. 20 gets into the wall, kind of like we had been doing. So not sure if he's got handling issues or if it was like me, he's just not driving as well. Yeah, just trying to do what we can. Feel like we're gaining on the 12, so gonna have to watch out because he's kind of sliding all over. So inside or outside is probably going to be risky either way, but I kind of want to get by him just so that I don't have any problems. We've got blinking issues, people checking up here. Not sure what was going on there. 7 gets real loose. I checked up because I thought he and the 20 were going around. That was probably my fault for getting a little too gun shy. Lost spots from track, you know, position them. We're going to try to make a run back at them. Outside of the 12, we're going to see if we can get to these guys and pick up a spot or two, because I feel like this could be worth another position or so. And if we're staying green, any spots we can get will be good. We're going to try to get to the outside of the 20, get around him through 1 and 2. We almost washed up too high, but we should get a little bit of a better run off of 2. Able to clear the 20. 7 is gone. 9's kind of pulling away as well. Not sure if we'll be able to get back to his bumper now that we've cleared the 20, or if 9's going to be where we are. Cross the line to complete 50, so we'll be 2/3 of the way done. We'll have 25 left to go. Feel like this is about right where we are, because I think the 9's kind of pulling away, so unless some of people really have beaten up tires, they're going to fall off pretty far. I think, barring any more cautions, this is probably going to be a 9th place finish, as long as my truck holds together and we don't have any problems. Water temp's climbing up, but I don't think it's anywhere near a dangerous range yet to be worrying about. I'm sure there's probably a good bit of front end damage, but it's impeding cooling. But I think right now, since it's under 200, we'll be okay. And honestly, I'm probably just going to run it till it blows if it is climbing that high. Because if we try to come in and pit for it, it's going to hurt us more. So got 2 lap trucks battling side by side. 20's falling off quite a bit, so I can even afford to kind of take it easy and make sure that I don't run the risk of having anything happen to the truck. So fortunately, we're so far off the pace lap time wise that I'm not really learning anything for lines for both the open setup, or if I want to run another one of these to try to improve points at least. And yeah, goal's more about just kind of run around trying to avoid any more incident points, minimize the damage to that. Gonna watch out for whatever the 12 is gonna do, because he's been a bit wild, him and the 16, so I do not want to be tangled up with anything. I get the wall like an idiot. Just trying to mirror drive right now to go whichever direction they're not going. I've got plenty of gap back to the 20, 1.5 seconds looks like, if not more, so I'm not too worried about where they're at, where he's at. Just trying to avoid these two because they are all over, and they're not even technically battling for position. We've got a couple lap trucks ahead, or just one, excuse me, 13. So that's going to add another level to the mix because we are slowly catching him. Tapping the brakes now just to try to save the right front. Feels like I was kind of leaning on a little bit too much. 13 pulls low, so we're going to try to go high. Not sure if he was trying to get out of the way or if that was just what he did. 12 looked like he was going to try to throw it low. We're able to clear the 13 at least. 12 and 16 look like they both cleared them. 12 still kind of diving low to us on the corners. If he wants it, he's more than welcome to it. I'm just trying to hold one line so that way he can go wherever he wants around. Yeah, we're going to slow down a little bit into the corner to get the 12 on by us, and we'll just follow him. There's no sense to running a truck because laps down to us and it's not going to affect us at all. We'll do the same thing with the 16 if he can get by us. Again, we got really no shot at the 9, and we're far enough ahead of the 20 that I can kind of just call this my little bubble and ride the truck around to a finish, hopefully. You can see we're going to be crossing the line now to start 63, so we're going to have 13 more to go. Hopefully we can just finish this out green. We can come home in 9th, which is far, far better than I ever thought we were going to do. And sadly, that is also my highest finish out of the 4 races I've attempted in this series so far. So, take what we can get. Don't think we're going to have anything for the 9. We're slowly closing back on them, but I'm guessing they're probably running faster than us, even with the damage that we have. So I'm not really adjusting my line at all for the 16, but I'm not probably running as aggressive as I could. So 10's caught back us to us, but he's multiple laps down to us. So again, if he wants to get on by, that's perfectly fine with me. He makes the move to the inside. We are slowly catching the 9. Not sure if we're going to be able to get there in time though, with only 10 to go. Leader's also on their way, so I would like to finish all the laps. That damage has just absolutely killed us off the pace, so I'm not going to impede the leader, but I would like to finish on the lead lap if we can. 16 finally clears us. We're just going to fall in line behind him. Guessing my front end damage is hurting us more than it's hurting. The rear end damage is hurting the 16. We've got 8 to go. We're going to try to hold on. I feel like I've beaten up the right front pretty bad. Got the 9 up ahead that we are catching, so going to do what we can to try to get back to them. If we can pick up another spot, even if we don't end up finishing on the lead lap, if we can get to 8, that's even better. At least hopefully should be in a spot to gain I rating. Probably will still lose safety rating, but 9 gets into the 16. We're able to get low, avoid that. Doesn't cause a caution. Looks like leader is able to pull off big time, so we did end up losing quite a bit of time to the leader. So for hopes of trying to stay on the lead lap, that's probably gone. We've got 5 to go. Not going to impede the leader at all because second place is only a second back, so we're going to take the low line, let the leader on by. Unfortunately, that means not finishing on the lead lap and not getting an extra lap for safety rating, but I'm not going to be that person that's going to hurt the race outcome at all. And as soon as second place gets to us, we'll let them by as well. Take the low lane. So that's going to bring us with 2 to go this time by now. Suppose if a caution were to somehow come out, we'd be the lucky dog and we would get back on the lead lap and then have a green-white checker, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll probably just finish it green. Yep, there's the white flag, so this will be finishing, and we've got the 7 spinning on the front stretch for a battle for second. No caution out, so yeah, we're going to go to the low line, and unfortunately we're going to finish a lap down, but we are actually going to finish in 8th. So, crazy to me that, you know, only 8 trucks or 7 trucks finished on the lead lap out of the 21, but I guess that's somehow how Bristol can go. So hopefully you guys stuck around long enough to watch that and see us able to recover. Definitely not the cleanest race. Definitely not the
Watch your
prettiest
speed. Box
outcome.
in
We'll take a
1060
look and see what
feet.
happened right off that restart. Honestly, most of the contact, I don't really think there was all that much I could do. I feel
300 feet.
overall fairly good about how I drove this race, minus whatever I did the
100
right
feet.
front. So we'll take a look at the tire wear and see how bad that was. Yeah, beat up the right front pretty bad. You can see that. So got to work on being able to drive through the corners a little bit better. So that'll help me for the rest of the races, but could have been worse. So let's take a look at the start and just see what the heck happened on that. It was not good at all. So watch everybody off the start. Let's kind of back this up and watch this a little bit further out. Like, I don't know. I think this is more on the 17 than anything. Because he was kind of hurrying up and he kind of waited. Like, he left a massive gap. 15 did the same thing. And we tried to get going. Everybody kind of checked up. 17 kind of... Oh, that was netcode actually is what happened. I thought I was clear, and that was just all straight netcode. I mean, I definitely probably came up some, but... Yeah, so we didn't even get hit from behind. That was actually netcode with the 13, which... I don't know, maybe we would have eventually made contact, but I don't know. I didn't even get a chance to turn back down, and the 13 didn't get a chance to move up, and for both of us to go to the wall to avoid it, and it turned me into him, and that took both of us into the wall right away. So that's what happened there, and then we got piled into with more trucks coming into it. We actually stacked on top of the 19, so that's why we had all the damage. So yeah, wow, that sucks. Netcode, that's a rough way to have it happen. I mean, my fault for drifting up. I should have held a lower line, but I was trying to just kind of get to the middle and have a little bit of a better angle into the corner. So that's what happened there. And then, yeah, just held the brakes on as soon as we got into the wreck. So that's how everything started. And then, yeah, let's take a look at the next one and see what happened. So you can see this one starts with looks like the 12 getting into the 18. So let's watch what happens here going into turn. Oh, he just drives straight in the back of him. I don't know if the 18 checked up, but he literally just drove straight in the back to him and turned him. He comes down, gets the 20, which knocks the 18 back up into the wall. So you can see the 18 was actually kind of getting it saved and or headed down the track. And what shot him back up was the 12 coming down across the 20s right front, getting sent back up in the 18, and that's what sent him right out in front of us. So we watch. I saw him going down the track, which is why I thought I could go high, and then he got shot up. And let's see how far, if we can actually look at that over top, how much we missed that by, because it was not very much. I think we technically did make contact with them, but we made contact with the wall. But the funny thing is, Netcode didn't pick that one up. So that was the other one that happened, and then some of the other stuff just happened from hitting the wall and whatnot. So let's go check out the results, see how bad that was. He's got a top 10 out of it. I'm really thrilled with that. So pull that up, you can see fairly weak second strength or second split, fairly weak strength of field 2093. Although compared to some of the short track races, that's not actually the worst that I've done. You can see we're about 2/10 off. I think we might have had a shot at competing somewhere up in this area had we not had any of that damage and not gotten started off with it. So able to gain 22 out of that and actually gain 0.19 out of safety. So as bad as that was, still positive impacts on both of them. Yeah, I got a long way to go to get that back up. That's going to take quite a while, but at least able to get that headed in the right direction. And yeah, I feel bad about coming across the 13 on the start, but I don't know, that to me looked all netcode, and I again, I didn't even get a chance to turn the truck back left before netcode sent me into him, and it was just all over from there. So yeah, bit of a rough race. Hopefully you stuck around long enough to see that all, and glad we're able to try to get something turned around and at least make it a little bit better. So feel free to leave any comments below, any suggestions. Always remember to like and subscribe. Helps out. I know I'm still trying to grow everything, start from the very bottom, so any of that you can do is always greatly appreciated. Hopefully this is something you guys enjoyed. You can learn something out of it, and I'll be able to get some cleaner races going forward, get a little bit better action results and whatnot. So if you stuck around long enough, thank you for tuning into all this and seeing it. And until next time, hopefully all your races are clean, your laps are fast, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.